All right, everybody, Lloyd Hannison here with another This Week in Stadia blog update here. It is Tuesday the 27th, so we're getting near the end of the month. May is starting up really soon. So Google, Stadia, of course, the Stadia team gives us their pro games for May. So that is the big news for this blog post update. So let's get into it. Let's jump into it. First, before we do that, my name is Lloyd Hannison from the Nerd Nest over at nerdnest.tv. Also co-host for StadiaCast, which we record here on this YouTube channel every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'd love to have you here live while we record. Otherwise, you can do a search for StadiaCast in any podcatcher, and you'll be able to check out the show that we do, Bill and I. So let's jump into it. So our pro titles for this month are going to be some good ones. Trine 4. I did a first look of Trine 4. I love Trine 4. I love the Trine series. Number 4 just looks absolutely beautiful. And it's a fantastic game. If you want to know more about it, you can check out the first look here on the Nerd Nest channel. But that's not it. There's some other games. Hotline Miami 2, wrong number. If you've never played a Hotline Miami game, it is a very violent top-down shooter where you're shooting people and throwing weapons at them, and it's more like a puzzle game than a shooter. But all of the solutions end up with a gun or a weapon of some sort. So a lot of fun, 2 really great games, and then one game that I'm very excited for. So if you're not familiar with Floor Kids, it is a breakdancing rhythm action game created by breakdancers that have been breakdancing for their entire career, and they made a video game about it. It has this amazing hand-drawn art it has some names that you might realize or you might recognize, like John and some others. It's such a fantastic title. I played it, reviewed it on the Nintendo Switch, a show on Res.tv, which is my podcast network. Did an interview with a bunch of the developers. I've loved this game ever since first hearing about it, and to be able to play it on Google Stadia is going to be absolutely fantastic. But that's not it. That's not all. If you are a member of the press or a content creator or people that get the PR blasts that come out from Google, there's a little note in this week's PR blast that there is going to be another game that we're going to find out about next week. So 3 games that we know about, 1 next week in May. Any guesses? What do you find folks out there think it's going to be? If I had to guess, I think it's Ark. But it could be something else. I don't know. I hope it's something else because we know Ark is coming. I'd love to be absolutely surprised with a game that I've never played, seen, done anything with. That would be pretty fantastic. So you can check that out next week when we find out that news. And of course, at the end of a month, there's usually games that are leaving pro. So this month, leaving pro are SteamWorld Heist, El Hijo. I think I said it right this time. Probably said it wrong. I've said it 5 different times and people call me out every single time, so my apologies. And Lara Croft and the Guardians of Light are leaving, along with Enter the Gungeon. So if you've never played any of these ones and you haven't claimed them, claim them now. Go click claim. Put them in your library if you're a Stadia Pro member. Keep them there. You can play them at any time as long as you pay for Stadia Pro, but there's no reason to let these 4 amazing titles leave without a chance to add them to your Stadia Pro library. But that's not it. They talk about some other stuff, including a reminder that the Resident Evil Village demo, so Resident Evil 8, is time limited. It starts May 1st at 5 p.m. Pacific, and it was going to end that day. It was basically a 24-hour thing, but that's been extended until May 9th. So you're going to get a full entire week and a day to play Resident Evil Village. And the reason why this is important, other than the fact that you can play Resident Evil Village as many times as you want during that time, is that Google is making this demo available for everybody. No account, no money, no anything. You don't need to be a current Stadia player to play it. You can sign up with a Gmail account and immediately play without putting your credit card in, which is going to be huge. This game is going to be gigantic. And the fact that it's coming to Stadia on day 1, presumably with no downloads or patches, because there's never any downloads or patches on Stadia, means that this could be an instance like Cyberpunk, where it was hard to play Cyberpunk on every other platform because of the day one patches. So even if you had preloaded it a week prior, the day one patches were keeping some people from playing the game. Hopefully that won't happen with Resident Evil, but if it does, you'll be able to play it on Google Stadia. And the best part, if you are not in Canada, if you're in one of the supported countries that isn't Canada, if you pre-order or buy Resident Evil Village on Stadia, a few days to a week later, you're going to get an email with a free code to get a Premier Edition, a Stadia Premier Edition. So you get a Chromecast Ultra, you get a controller, and that is free just by buying the game, which is a pretty darn awesome deal. There were some other things in the blog post. Legend of Keepers Career of Dungeon Manager arrives this Thursday for $20 US. Bill and I talked about this game a lot on the last Stadia cast, which was yesterday. It's Monday, right? I'm losing track of, or no, it's Tuesday. I'm losing track of the weeks. COVID brain is getting to me. So we talked a lot about that on Sunday. I'm really excited about this one. You basically play a dungeon master that is trying to keep enemies, which are the good guys, from taking all your loot. So you set up traps and things, and it's a roguelite, so you presumably get more powerful each time that you play. Really excited for that one. There's also news that State Share is now available for Serious Sam 4, so you can basically look at a screenshot that has a state associated with it. You can click play and immediately jump into that state. So it basically allows you to play the same game mode on the same map as a friend, and then they can try to beat your time and do it that way. So it's going to be a really interesting way for State Share to be utilized. I can't wait to see people jump on that one. There's of course deals and a bunch of other stuff going on. If you want to check that out, just go to the Google Stadia store. There's a bunch of sales on right now, including FIFA 21, Grid, Far Cry New Dawn. Actually, almost all the Ubisoft games are on sale right now. There's some really great deals. You can do that whether you are a pro member or not. There's some great deals on Google Stadia. So I think that's it. I'm looking. It seemed like there was so much more to talk about, but I've only been going on for about 7.5 minutes, which is good. It allows me to get in and get out of here. And you fine folks can get to the rest of your day. Go play your games, go surf your YouTube, go listen to Stadia Cast. That would be a good thing to do. But until next time, yeah, we'll talk to you later here on the Nerd Nest. Have a great one, everybody.